If you don't have a girlfriend, that's no problem. But if you don't have money, that is a problem. This quote, often associated with Donald Trump, or at least the mindset of hustle culture, hits hard. But why does it feel so true in today's world? We live in a society that places massive value on financial stability. You might be young, full of ideas, good looks, and dreams, but if your wallet is empty, so are your options. Think about it. Can you start a business without capital? Can you pursue your dreams if your basic needs aren't met? Can you build a relationship if you're constantly stressed about bills?
Exactly, John. It's not about glorifying money. It's about understanding that without money, many doors stay closed. You might survive without a girlfriend, but surviving without money in today's world is a different story.
So, welcome back to Life Mirror Studio, the podcast where we hold a mirror up to real-life, raw truths and the things people think but rarely say out loud. I'm your host, John Dev, and today's episode is going to stir some deep thought and maybe even a little controversy. Absolutely. Let's say it as it is. Love is beautiful, but love doesn't pay rent. You can't nourish a relationship if you're constantly drowning in debt or struggling to provide the basics. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying these conversations, subscribe and follow Life Mirror Studio for more bold takes and real-life wisdom. Now, let's talk mindset. If you're single and broke, focus on your financial growth. Don't chase relationships hoping they'll fix your loneliness. Fix your situation, and love often follows.
Truth bomb. The energy you give off when you're building something, when you're focused, when you're leveling up, that attracts people. Not desperation, not excuses.
Let me say this to anyone listening right now who feels stuck. Forget proving yourself in romance. Prove yourself in the grind. Money is not everything, but financial freedom gives you the peace of mind, the space, and the foundation to attract what you truly want, including love.
And let's not confuse this with being materialistic. It's not about flashing wealth. It's about knowing your worth, securing your life, and refusing to be dependent or powerless.
So ask yourself, are you prioritizing what actually changes your life? Or are you spending your energy chasing temporary comfort over long-term freedom? Because truth is, being broke isn't just about lacking money, it's about lacking options. And if you want to change your situation, you've got to face it head-on, not distract yourself with things that don't build your future.
The quote might sound harsh, but there's power in facing truth. Use it as motivation, not shame. Build yourself so strong that people remember you for how far you came, not for who didn't love you when you were down.
This has been Life Mirror Studio. If this episode hit home, share it with someone who needs that wake-up call. Remember, love yourself enough to build your life first. The rest will follow. I'm John Dev, and until next time, keep reflecting, keep growing.
That's right, John. Please drop your comments and share love one.
Okay, let's go ahead. The quote? If you don't have a girlfriend, that's no problem. But if you don't have money, that is a problem. But here's the real question today. Is this just about survival, or is it about power?
Hey, John, glad we're continuing this, because people need to hear this. Money doesn't just buy comfort, it buys you control. Control over your time, your decisions, your life.
Exactly. A lot of people mistake love for freedom. But love without stability often turns into dependency, and dependency turns into resentment.
Let's say it like it is. You can't build an empire with someone if you're struggling to build yourself. And yet, so many people prioritize relationships over personal growth because it's easier to feel loved than to face being broke and alone.
But here's the hard truth. When you're broke, your options shrink. Not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You start settling for low-paying jobs, for bad environments, for people who don't respect you just because you feel like you can't do better.
And worse, you stop dreaming. You start surviving.
This episode isn't about worshiping money. It's about respecting yourself enough to secure your future, so you're not living on crumbs, begging for connection, or clinging to people just to feel safe. If you're finding value in this, subscribe to Life Mirror Studio. These aren't just podcasts. These are mental shifts.
Let me drop a quick gem. The most attractive thing in the world? A man or woman who's focused, who has vision, who's not chasing love. They're building legacy. That energy is magnetic.
Yep. If you want a good partner, become a powerful person. Focus on building skills, building income, building peace. Because when you're in a position of power, love isn't something you chase, it's something you choose.
You want a girlfriend or boyfriend? That's beautiful, but want it from a place of strength, not desperation.
Let me ask our listeners, would you date yourself right now? Would you invest in your own energy, goals, mindset, and habits? If the answer is not yet, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to pause the dating apps and start working on your net worth.
Love is not a distraction, but the wrong timing makes it one. When you're still broke and broken, build first, heal first, earn first. Love will meet you on the way, not when you're lost at the bottom.
So, let's close this out strong. No girlfriend? No problem. That gives you space. No money? That's a mission, not an excuse. Get up, grind smart, grow daily. You are not behind, you're just beginning.
And when you rise, don't just chase people. Choose peace, purpose, and partnership.
This is Life Mirror Studio, the podcast where we reflect, grow, and speak the truth. I'm John Dev with Aliza, reminding you to build yourself like your future depends on it. Because it does.